Hi, Rovi. How are you today?
Good.
Good. So, what brings you in this morning?
Well, I'm in trouble at work,
Oh, okay.
and I'm a little bit scared that I'm about to get fired. So it's been an interesting week for me.
I see. Okay. So, what do you think brought you to this point?
Um, I think that I have a very indirect boss that has certain beliefs of what I should be doing and expectations. Unfortunately, I haven't been very clear about what those expectations are, and now it's come to the point where um, I'm now in trouble at work. So it's been interesting.
I see. So, and how does this make you feel?
A little bit frustrated, um, wondering what if I could have done better. Um, Wondering if maybe it's not me. Is it her? Am I? Do I just have a bad boss? And just bumbling over the idea of could it be that just maybe I'm not meant for this job, which is even more frightening
Mm-hmm.
because of where I'm at right now, because I'm a master's student in the
Mm-hmm.
same field. So
So, I'm hearing that you're having some tension with your boss. Something happened that has gotten you in a little bit of trouble, but at the same time, you're a little afraid of are you cut out for this line of work?
yes,
I see. So, which one scares you more?
not being not not really being capable of doing this line of work.
I see. And how would you feel if you came to the conclusion that you're not?
Um, I don't know. I think I'd be more angry than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I spent so much time doing all these things, and then there it is.
Mm-hmm. I see. So, have you talked to anybody else about this at your job?
A few people. Um, I've been encouraged by several people to look at um, the union representation to see if maybe if I talk to anyone else, because when I did sign the disciplinary action, I was rushed into doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So like not even it was like a Thursday and the end of the workday. The next day I'm not even supposed to be in the office because of training since I'm newer. And she told me just sign it. And I asked, "Can I read this later?" She said, "No, just sign it. I'm not going to see you tomorrow." So then I rushed through the document, I read it, and then I signed it.
I see. So, you feel like she didn't take the time to really kind of supervise you in a good fashion to really tell you what you might have done wrong or whatever, and you don't feel like you really have much direction. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's right. I didn't even have time to read the disciplinary action because I was just scared of just getting fired for not complying with her. Obviously, I've already been not complying for a
Mm-hmm.
while now.
So, what would it look like? If you could kind of look into the future, what do you think it would look like if you had to move on from this job? Have you thought about that?
I have a feeling I'd be back in retail.
Back in retail?
Probably in a managerial position. I've always been offered it. I just always decline because, for me, realistically, it's physically and emotionally draining. But this job is too, so I think I'd be fine.
Mm-hmm. Um, so, what kind of options do you see that you have?
Hmm. Fight with the union rep and see where that goes. Possibly see if I can get transferred to another supervisor, or see the option of maybe looking for another job. And right now, I think the most realistic thing for me to do is um, work with the union rep if there's something that maybe is not my fault, so that I can explore what I am doing right.
And how do you feel about bringing in a third party and working with a union rep on this?
A little scared.
And tell me about that.
Um, just feels like I'm being put to the fire to kind of figure out what's going on. When um, I know I've gotten emotional in the past talking about it. This is the first time I've been able to talk about it without really crying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think now I've just come to a point where I think it'd be easier because I've talked to enough people now.
Mm-hmm. So, think that's good. I think it's good that you are feeling better, and I'm hearing that you're very concerned about kind of talking to other folks about your disciplinary action, and you want to kind of take care of this, but you're fearful of what might come down the road if you bring someone else into this and it takes its course. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's right. It's just it gets complicated when you add people to the picture, and I don't hope I didn't add too many people because I was trying to vent to try to get over it, but now I feel like almost I hope I didn't talk to too many people because there's some people that are friends with her, and it just kind of worries me.
Mm-hmm. So how do you feel like you would prepare yourself for talking to your union rep?
Making a list of the things that have occurred that make me question why this action might be taken against me, and there have been a few, so it does make sense.
See. And have you envisioned what the conversation with the union rep would kind of go like? Do you know this person, or?
I think I do.
Yeah.
The name sounds very familiar. I think I'd just start with just showing what the disciplinary action is and asking if they've seen anything like it, and if not, to kind of discuss what that is and what I think I need to do, but to also get that person's input on what they think I need to do to make it something discussable with the manager that we're going to see.
So we've talked about, kind of how you feel about your employment situation and what's going on with that, but I want to kind of go back to something you said earlier in our conversation about the way you feel about if this is the right career path for you. So tell me more about how you feel about the job that you have. How does it make you feel that you have these feelings about if it's right for you or not?
I don't know. I know it makes me anxious when I go to work. I know I've lost sleep over it. So part of me kind of accepts it.
Is there any rewarding part of this job?
Working with some of the kids and helping them, deal with what they're going through.
So working with children helps you helps the job feel like it's worth it?
Yeah. Even though I deal with some very interesting adults in the process.
So how would you feel if you had to move on from this job?
Just like anything else. I'd cry a little, probably have a few beers, move on to the next.
Well, I can see why you would feel that you have some trepidation about approaching other people about this.
Sorry.
But do you feel like that is the right path to go on?
I'm not sure.
Well, I think it's important to think about these things and to look into the future and try to envision how it's going to go with your union rep.
Okay.
So
sorry, I don't mean to
okay.
cry.
But I wish you the best of luck.